For our project, we did space stations, shuttles, rovers, and satellites. First up is space rovers. The first one was the Lunkad rover. It was panel powered and lasted on the moon for 11 months. Obviously it was a Russian one, and 11 months may not seem like a lot, but it was quite durable for its time, lasting 11 months. And today's most recent rover is the Curiosity rover. It's a car-sized rover which is on Mars, searching for building blocks of life, and is exploring different craters on Mars to see if someday we could go up there. Next up is space satellites. So the first space satellite is the Sputnik, another Russian invention. The Sputnik was the size of a beach ball and orbited Earth for quite a while. It still probably is. And once the Soviets launched this satellite, the U.S. would launch its rival satellite to this, the Explorer. And today's satellite that I think is a good example of how far satellites have come is a Earth Science satellite. It is very high tech and can view weather and different cycles to help us further our knowledge in science. Next up is space stations. The first space station was the Sputnik. It was launched unmanned, but a couple days later a group of Soviets would go up to stay in it for a month, and they would all survive unharmed. So it was the first big successful space station. And now today's space station, the International Space Station, also a satellite, but used mostly as a space station, is about the size of a football field and used as a research laboratory for different types of science such as astrobiology, astronomy, and other sciences.
Next up is the Space Shuttle program. The Space Shuttle program began in 1972 to find a cheaper way to get into space. It was used to deploy and repair satellites, re-equip the International Space Station, and its missions was used to re-equip the International Space Station, ferry astronauts to and from the International Space Station. It was also used to deploy and repair satellites. The space shuttle has special heat shielding that protects it from heating up the fuselage, leading to structural failure. There are 4 types of tiles mainly used in protection. The most common is HRSI, or High Temperature Reusable Surface Insulation. Since the start of the Space Shuttle program, there has been 2 recorded accidents. One example was the Shuttle Columbia, which burned up during re-entry. Another example was the Challenger. After liftoff, an O-ring failed, resulting in a leak of fuel, igniting the fuel. Over the years, the Space Shuttle received numerous upgrades. Some upgrades include glass cockpits and external airlocks. One other upgrade to the Space Shuttle was the station-to-shuttle power system. This allowed the shuttle to dock with the ISS for long periods of time. And